I've typed my whole life on this, a laptop keyboard. So when I heard people obsessing about mechanical keyboards, I didn't really get it. So I went out and got myself two, one for $15 and the other for $300. I wanted to really push the limits to see the actual difference between the two. Can I spot them as someone who has never used a mechanical keyboard in my life? Hopefully yes. If not, then probably I've wasted $200. So let's dive right into the video and find out. So first off is the packaging. I mean, the packaging on the $15 mechanical keyboard is nothing special. It's just regular packaging, nothing crazy going on here. I mean, it's $15, so you don't expect them to blow their budget on just packaging. It gets the job done. It's straight to the point, very simple, well contained, clean. I love it. But on a $200 mechanical keyboard, you can tell that the packaging is a little up there. It's premium, right? Now you have the outer layer and the inner box, right? I mean, I'm expecting them to do that. So in terms of packaging, both of them do win in this category. In terms of what you get in a box, obviously you get your keyboard, you get some hot switches in here, and you get a keycap remover as well, and your USB Type-C cable to connect to your laptop or your monitor. It's very simple, and yes, it should be very straight. It gives you all the bare minimums that you need to make few tweaks to your keyboard if you don't like it. And inside the $200 mechanical keyboard, yes, you also get your keyboard, you get your keycap removers, you get the keycaps for the Windows as well, and you get some bolts. You get a lot of things. You get some screwdrivers as well. I mean, don't we deserve that? It's $200. Give me everything, everything. Pack everything in here. Now let's talk about the look and feel of both mechanical keyboard. First off is the $15 mechanical keyboard. It's kind of lightweighted. It's plasticky for sure. And I don't know whether I like it or hate it, because for one, I like it because it will be easy for me to travel with, and there is question about durability, considering the fact that it's mainly made out of plastics, right? So I don't know, I might have to live with it for a while. Also, one thing I do like about this keyboard is the color of the keycaps. The color of the keycaps are very, very nice. Like, they look amazing. Look at it. Like, it's really, really, really good. But one thing I do hate about this particular design is that the toggle between Bluetooth and USB is at the base of the keyboard. I don't know why they place it there. It's kind of make it uncomfortable to switch between the two if you want to do that. But anyway, that is that. Now you get your USB port here to connect to your laptop. You also get a nice kickstand for you to raise the body of the keyboard. So yeah, this looks good. Now on the $200 mechanical keyboard, the first thing you notice is that this thing feels really heavy. It's not light, mainly because it's made out of aluminum. I don't see myself traveling with this ever. It will just be sitting on my desk every single time. It feels heavy. And also on the $15 mechanical keyboard, I didn't really notice the keycaps that much, but they were squished together. On here, the keycaps looks really premium. The keycaps are not squished together. They stand alone. They looks really good. You can tell that they are made out of premium material, which is really, really good. And also the color combination on the keycaps is amazing. Look, it's going crazy. Let me know in the comment section which one you like better. Is it the color combination on the $15 mechanical keyboard or the $200 mechanical keyboard? Personally, I think I like both, but I'm feeling this a little bit more because it's kind of cleaner. You have the white going on here, the gray and the red. You can tell by now that I'm a fan of, you know, red and gray. I don't know, but yeah, you should be able to tell. But yeah, let me know in the comment section which one you're feeling. Also, here you get your cable. You get a toggle for cable, for off, and for Bluetooth. And now you can toggle between Windows and Mac as well, which is really, really important for me, because when I'm on Windows, I can just toggle to Windows. When I'm on Mac, I can toggle to Mac. And you get your ports, Type-C ports here as well, right? So there is nothing at the base. I mean, it would be cruel for them to put anything at the base because this thing is really, really heavy, right? Now let's go ahead and do a sound check on both mechanical keyboards and see which one would you like. This is how the $15 mechanical keyboard sounds like. So now this is how the $200 mechanical keyboard sounds like. So which of the two sounds did you enjoy? I know that when it comes to sound, it's just preference based. Personally, I did enjoy the sound coming out of the $200 mechanical keyboard. It sounded really, really nice in my ears. It made the whole typing experience different. I mean, I'm used to typing on the keyboard, so yes, this is really, really different to me. And also the typing experience itself was a different ball game. So on the $200 mechanical keyboard, it had this soft padding in there, so whenever I press on any key, it didn't feel stuck. It felt really smooth. It felt comfortable. But on the $15 mechanical keyboard, because it lacked that padding, whenever I click, I felt like the key is stuck in there, but it's actually not stuck in there, right? So it didn't really give me a very good typing experience. And also the keys are squished together, so my fingers didn't have room to operate well. But I blame that on myself because the layout that I chose was a little low. If I've gone for something like 75 or 70, I should be fine, right? So I blame myself on that. The sound coming out of the $15 mechanical keyboard was kind of irritating. It was like clicking on a very loud mouse. You know, that click sound that you get, that is what it felt like, you know, sitting with this. It was a little irritating. But thankfully though, the $15 and the $200 both offers hot swappables. So you can swap the switches for a switch that you like, and that gives you the sound that you like. It gives you the actuation that you like. So if the actuation is a little too sensitive, you can get another switch that's, you know, it's hard to press in there to get that actuation less sensitive, right? Which is cool that you are getting that in the $15 mechanical keyboard. And here's the truth, although the $200 mechanical keyboard wins overall, I am a little impressed with the $15 mechanical keyboard. Like, it's going toe to toe with the $200 mechanical keyboard. And everything that the $200 mechanical keyboard offers, the $15 mechanical keyboard offers in some lights. Now you get Bluetooth connection, you get hot swappable switches, you are able to connect to 3 devices at the same time, which is really, really cool to have all these in a $15 mechanical keyboard. On top of that, you get a backlight, an RGB backlight if you are into that. Personally, I don't like that, but yeah, if you're into that, you get that as well, right? So this goes to show that if you are on a very tight budget, there is something for you. Everything that the $15 does, the $200 does it better, right? So personally, I'll be sticking with the $200 mechanical keyboard. I mean, there are other options as well. You don't have to go all out for a $200 mechanical keyboard. You can stick in the middle somewhere, like a $100, a $50 mechanical keyboard. I was just testing this out for you to know the wide range, right? So if $15 is offering this, I mean, if you are able to spend some more, you'll be able to get something better. If you made it this far, thank you for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe as it goes a long way in helping the channel grow. And most importantly, please stay safe out there. Catch you on the next one.